Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all acknowledgement, honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakhan HaKodash, who giveth us forth his servant strength and power to move mountains, and who will deliver us, Lord willing, from the hour of temptation. A double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us his truth. And shalom unto you, hopeful, sincere like members, and 1/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians that truly believe that Yahweh is and that he exists, and that Yahweh Shai is the deliverer and will deliver you. Shalom unto you. I'm the brother Abadja from the Los Angeles GMS camp, and we're currently teaching in the San Fernando Valley. Specific location is Ventura, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto you hopeful elect members out there and those seeking answers. All right, right now we got war tension at the border of Russia. Now America is agitating Russia to war, which really it is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai rousing up Russia to be in a war spirit. Alright, because if a man is on your border and he has weapons on your border, you will show force. And that's what Russia is about to do. Alright, Russia has 100,000+ troops and equipment at the border because America, NATO, and the EU are expanding. They're expanding. This is like ancient time. Any kingdom with power, they look to expand. And America is just using Ukraine as a stepping stone to spy on Russia and to have an upper hand on Russia, to be right in their backyard, or if not close to their backyard. Now Russia, they're just Edomites. They're Edomites, all right? They're also Edomites, and they use the same tactics. So Russia is moving troops to Belarus. Not only troops, nuclear weapons. So really, Esau trying to upset prophecies is really strengthening alliances. Alright? Belarus. And it's right by Ukraine. Now if Russia, this was a very strategic move by Russia, because you got Ukraine right here. Alright, by the Caspian Sea. And then you got Belarus right here. And Russia has tightening ties with them. Now check this out. From that position, Russia has an upper hand. So really, Russia, just speculating because we prophesy in part, I believe Russia is going to put troops all throughout Belarus and throughout the border near to Ukraine and scare them with force. Now, recently you had Sweden deploy troops to this island. I forgot the name of the island. But you got NATO and the EU nations trying to show force on Russia. And the Russians are not trying to let it happen. Salak. Now let me look at this real quick. Sweden move force yeah, there it is. It's right here. So has redeployed troops to islands of Gutland near Russia. Now, as a nation, you see another nation. You see members of NATO moving in your backyard. What do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna show more force to try to discourage them from spreading eastward. So it says Sweden is reinforcing its military presence on the island of Gotland, which is the closest part of the country to Russia. It comes after talks between NATO and the United States in Moscow failed last week. Although Sweden is not a NATO member, it is a close ally of the military alliance. See? And it says Gotland is strategically located in the Baltic Sea. So that's on the top. I'm going to show you right now. Moscow has around 100,000. They're saying 120,000. You know, they're making these numbers up. Troops stationed near Ukraine border. All right. So now, check how close they're moving to Russia right now. To Gotland, an island. And look at this. This is just a travel from sea distance. Alright? So you know Russia feels some type of way. So Russia is like, okay, so NATO and the EU wants to play like that. Move troops on a higher position and bring nuclear weapons in Belarus. Alright? Now, let's get a few scriptures. We're not going to make this long. Just a quick update of what's going on, because all I see is news of Russia, Ukraine. Russia, Ukraine. Russia. It's like these people are pumping life into the war spirit. But really, there will be a war. So I'm going to get the Matthew 24. Alright? And the Lord, his disciples, his followers, which are apostles, asks, like, look, when is this world going to come to an end? When is our going to begin? When are our going to begin? And Yahushua told them the signs. So this is parts of this war drum, this war rumor, all this news of what Ukraine gonna do, what Russia gonna do, what NATO gonna do, what the alliance gonna do. It's all part of prophecy. Alright, those are rumors. Matthew 24:6 saying he shall hear of wars. You're hearing of wars like they're already happening, the way people are talking about them. You got one guy talking about, in the comment, talking about, oh, they're not going to actually go at it. They're going to send unconventional troops. And no, these are the main World War III contenders. They're actually coming close to actual battle. All right, NATO wants to turn Ukraine and then spread eastward, because Esau wants to try to stop prophecies. All right, if Esau could put the bear permanently to sleep by overpowering and overshadowing him with forces and regions, there will be no World War III, But come on, that's not happening. That's why you see the Lord having alliance open up to Russia. Alright? And soon these former Soviet Union members will fall in order. Thus saith the Bible. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that he be not troubled. And you notice most of the rumors is United States is either between all of them. Then you got the situation with Thailand and China. Who's in the midst of it? America. Because America is in the affairs of others. And then they're spreading war rumors over here. They're just talking about everybody fighting each other except for America. See that he be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the rumors, this is where it becomes more physical. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And what did the Lord say about if a kingdom, if Satan be against Satan, his kingdom shall not stand? Well, as you can see, it's Esau versus Esau. Alright? And other heathens thrown in there. Kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines with an S. They're saying that there's a famine in Afghanistan. And I've been noticing this pattern. Wherever this fucking devil goes and he leaves, the people start starving. Alright? Yemen, Syria, Libya. I think Libya, I'm just throwing that out there, Salak. I mean, I think, Afghanistan, Iraq, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So, a lot of death, a lot of suffering, and a lot of state of mourning. But we're going to go back to this real quick, just an update. So a lot of the things that the U.S. are trying to get under control, which is trying to crush Russia from its objectives, is really backfiring. Alright? Russia could station nuclear weapons in neighboring Belarus under the terms of Minsk new draft constitution. A high-ranking U.S. State Department official had claimed, as Washington and Moscow seek to do a deal on European security guarantees. Speaking at the special closed-door briefing on Thursday, the unnamed American official voiced concern that the changes put forward are indicate Belarus' plan to allow both conventional and nuclear Russian forces to be deployed on its territory. According to the high-ranking representative, such a move would pose a challenge to European security. And the reason Russia is alliances are going to be strong is because of that pipeline. All right? That cheap, I forgot if it was natural gases, but it's cheaper than what America is selling it for, and it's more higher quality or natural, I believe. You don't have all that nastiness that America puts in its oil, and may require a response from Western officials. The officials also said that reports of Russian troops' movement towards Belarus, which these movements are supposedly under auspices, if I'm saying that word correct, Salak, regularly scheduled joint military exercises are concerning. On Monday, embattled Russian leader Alex announced that his country and Russia will hold joint military exercises near NATO eastern border and Ukraine in February. So these moves are really moves from Yahweh Shemel Shai, because it shows aggression. All right. Aim at making its territory a nuclear-free state. Appear have been removed. Rules out military aggression from its territory against other state. And it says, opening up speculation that Minsk could allow atomic warheads to be stationed in the country. All right. So America is trying to crush the bear and put it back to sleep. But we got I'm going to end it with a few precept, simple ones. And also, the scriptures talk about the feet. All right. Revelations 11 and 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third cometh quickly. All right. It says, cometh quickly. So World War III is making haste to come onto the stage. All right. And the beach, Slovakia, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, which was the Greek Empire, the Greece, and his feet were like the feet of bear. Hold up. That's the correct precept that I wanted. Thirteen and 12. Yeah. So that's dealing with Alexander and the Greek Empire. And his feet were like the feet of a bear. And his mouth, the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Alright. And it says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So this is the Roman Empire all over again, whose deadly wound had been healed. But in Revelations 2, at first it talks about Alexander and the Greek Empire, and then it goes down to his feet were as the feet of a bear. And that's dealing with Russia. Alright? Because Russia is going to be the end of this kingdom. Alright? Russia is going to destroy America. Alright? And Russia is going to have a lot of troops rallying behind it. Alright? We always got to get this precept right here, because this prophecy ain't just written for nothing. Alright? This is a major prophecy. Ezekiel 38. And thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. You look it up. It's dealing with Russia. Alright? These Edomites that call themselves Russians. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaw, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses, horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, and all of them handling sword. Now we're going to go to the word company. It says assembly, war, or invasion. And I didn't plan that. That's all through the Spirit. As organized body. So the whole Soviet Union and Russia's new allies, which are some of these African nations, Iran, Persia, and so forth. All right? And look at this. For war, invasion. All right? With bucklers and shield, all of them handling sword, missiles. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with Ethiopians also with them, and all of them with shield and helmets. Because a lot of these nations haven't forgotten what you devils done unto them. Gomer on his bands, the house of Togarmah. So you got Turkey, which was part of NATO. All right. Then you got Armenia and Azerbaijan and all his bands, and many people with thee. Many with thee, including nations like Belarus. All right. Ultimately, Ukraine. And many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepared for thyself. Being prepared is exercising. Right? Doing military exercise. And thou and all thy company are assembled. Unto thee be thou a guard unto them, a guard unto Iran. Alright? For some reason, just because Israel has its eyes on Iran to destroy them, to tactically go in there and strike them, well, Russia, like the scripture says, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Russia is going to be a guard unto them, a defense unto them. For them. All right? Because wherever Israel goes, America is right there behind them, helping them and shit. All right? But, yep, the prophecies is unfolding, man. There's only so much rumors that could be said before the actual nation rise against the nation. And we're witnessing it. Because the scripture says, blessed are your eyes, for ye see, and you hear your ears, for ye hear. We're hearing the sweet sound of prophecy. Because that's the sweet sound of the death of the so-called white man's rulership and slavery for his ass and rulership for us. Beginning, Jacob, the beginning of, is the beginning thereof. Double honors and shalom.